Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and Assalamu alaikum viewers. My name is Abira Said Lansing Wali and I am a level 1 student at Command School Islamabad campus. So welcome to my show, The Talk Room, and Assalamu alaikum Gabe. How are you?
Hi, good evening to you in Pakistan. Good evening to everybody in Pakistan. I'm fine. It's at 9 o'clock in the morning here, so we have a little bit of a time difference, but it's a pleasure to have this opportunity to share this time with you.
Okay, Gabe. So, Gabe, thank you for giving me your very precious time and come to my show, The Talk Room. Welcome to my show. So, Gabe, please introduce yourself for my audience.
Yeah, certainly. So again, good evening to everyone in Pakistan. My name is Gabe. It's a nickname. It's what my friends call me. It's what I ask everyone to call me. I know sometimes with age or culture, it's uncomfortable. So call me anything you like. It's fine. So I'm in Florida, near Cocoa Beach, which is near Kennedy Space Center, where we have NASA, and it's an amazing place. I was there for 17 years as a engineer for NASA. And it was the most amazing thing I've ever done. Other than speaking with you, I really enjoy doing the talks with you and coming to Pakistan and visiting students around the world. But I love the opportunity to be at the Space Center. I travel around the world now as a speaker, talking with kids and sharing the magic of the Kennedy Space Center, and as well as having a little bit different perspective on life.
Okay, that's great. Wonderful. Gabe, so my first question is this: what inspired you to engineering?
Well, for me, I talk a little bit about the struggles I had growing up and how I hated school and how I really struggled with everything relative to school. So I was kind of limited. I didn't want to go to university and I didn't want to do anything after high school. So I was kind of limited, and I like to race cars for a hobby. I really like to race cars, and I couldn't generate the income I needed with just having been to high school. And 12 years after I finished high school, I realized I have to go to university. So I went to university at night, and it took me 8 years to finish. So the bottom line is the reason I went is I wanted a better paying job so I could afford to race cars. And I know it's not anything really fascinating, but it was really about generating the income I needed in order to do what I wanted to do.
Okay, Gabe, that's amazing. So my next question is this: what did you journey into being?
My journey into, I didn't quite get the last part of that.
And my question is, who were your biggest role model growing up?
Ah, so I really don't look at role models, and I never really learned from anybody. This is what I want to do, but I had two uncles that I kind of look back on growing up, and while most of the people around me, most of the people I knew as adults as I was growing up, they all seemed to struggle. They all seemed to not have enough money, not have enough what they wanted. Everybody seemed to be struggling a little bit, and it wasn't bad, but it was a struggle. But these two uncles I had, they always happy. They were always enjoying life. They never complained about anything. I remember looking at them when I was growing up and thinking, well, I want to be like them. I don't want to be like these other people. I don't know why they are this way, but it looks like a good way to be. And I don't know. They never spoke to me about it. I never spoke to them about it. But if I had to pick something, it would be those two uncles.
Okay, Gabe, that's amazing. So my next question is this: what was the first engineering job like?
It was really interesting. It was. I actually was doing in engineering. I was doing drafting, surveying, soil analysis, different aspects of engineering, and it was actually doing a survey out at an Air Force base on a runway. So it was kind of cool because I remember the planes were going off over our heads, and it was just really a fun kind of environment to be in. So that was my first one, and I was always excited about anything I did. It didn't matter. My first job ever was working at McDonald's and making burgers and fries. And I know you have McDonald's in Pakistan. I know you have a lot of Western things in Pakistan. So it was fun for me at McDonald's. It was fun for me at NASA. Everything I've ever done, ever, has always been fun. I've never had this work mentality. I've always enjoyed it. It's always been fun.
Okay, that's great. It's amazing, Gabe. So my next question is: did you always dream for working from NASA?
No, not really. Like I said, I struggled so much in school. I thought, you had to be super smart and you had to be all these things. I wasn't. There was no way I could ever think of myself as going to NASA. But after I finished high school and after I had many different jobs, I realized, you don't have to be so smart. You think being smart is a good thing, and it is in a way, but you have to be more determined and you have to be smart. And people who are determined are successful, no matter their educational level. They'll find a way to do it. And I realized that others that I thought were not so smart were doing this, and if they could do it, I certainly could. So that's kind of how I got into it. Really, understanding that I could do anything. I got this kind of this belief in myself, and I talk with you about this as well. And when I go to schools, develop a strong belief in yourself. When you have this belief in yourself, you want to really believe you can do anything. You want to get this belief, and we'll talk a little bit about during the interview how to get that. But once you believe you can do anything, your life gets really easy. You don't have stress, you don't have pressure. You just believe you can do it. And I had kind of done enough things that I figured I could do it. I'd have to learn, but I could do it. And it went very, very well.
Okay, that's great. Amazing, Gabe. So my next question is this: what challenge did you face early in your career?
Well, I think, everything to me is a challenge. This interview is a challenge. I always challenge myself not to do something, but how well can I do it? That's the challenge to myself. Anybody can do something. Can you enjoy it? If you can enjoy doing it, you will do it better. So the challenge to myself is always not to do something, but to enjoy doing it. It doesn't matter what it is. And I think the sense of accomplishment when you overcome that challenge really helps you a lot. So to me, every day, everything I do is always a challenge. How well can I do this? How well can I enjoy doing this? It doesn't matter what it is. I approach everything the same way.
Okay, that's great. Amazing, Gabe. So my next question is this: what skills help you stand out as an engineer?
Could you say that again, please?
Okay, my question is this: what did your education prepare you for your career?
Yeah, sure. Well, I believe I'm a firm believer in education, even though I really struggled and I really hated it growing up. I look back on it and I really think it was a mistake. I chose to do it that way. I never gave it a chance, and and I think education, you learn so much in school. Your Rayhan School is an amazing school. I went to Rayhan School, I think 4 years ago for the first time, and the way you learn so many different things, I think is really important. School teaches you, it doesn't just teach you books, and Rayhan is a good example. It teaches you many other things besides books. It's like sports. I love sports. You learn to play as a team. You learn to depend on each other. You learn to help each other. Education, you do all of those things as you're learning to go through school. You're learning how to get along. You're learning how to prepare for teamwork. It's very important in many, many ways. And I'm a big believer in education.
Okay, nice, Gabe, Gabriel. So my next question is this: what advice would you give aspiring engineer?
Yeah. So for me, it doesn't matter whether you're an engineer, whatever you aspire to do is important. No one thing is better than the other. Whatever is best for you is most important. But I talk about three things, not only with what you want to do, but with life in general. And I always talk about these three things: do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself. It doesn't matter what you do. Learn those three things. Do your best. That's easy. Challenge yourself. Just like with this interview. Right now, for me, this interview is the most important thing in the world. It's me and you. We're a team. We're going to do the best we can to make this interview happen the way you want it to. And that's do your best. Enjoy everything you do. We can have fun doing this interview or not. Either way, we're going to do it. I'm going to enjoy it. I like listening to your questions. I like seeing you smile. I know you're listening to the answers. All of those things are good. We can enjoy this interview. And if we can't find something positive, we say could be worse. Never have a negative experience. And the most important thing, learn to believe in yourself. How do you do that? You do that by establishing goals. I'm here. I want to go there. How do I get there? You plan the steps, very small steps. Don't be in a hurry. The smaller the step, the easier it is to accomplish. easier it is to accomplish, it helps you develop that belief in yourself. And you want to do that very, very slowly. Don't be in a hurry. You build and you build and you build. And one day you will say to yourself, I can do anything. When you believe you can do anything, you'll never have stress. You'll never have pressure. You just believe you can do it. And you go do it. And so that's always my message. And one of the reasons I love doing these interviews, have a chance to talk with you one on one. Hopefully, get you to do the same thing the same way. Learn to think about it differently.
Okay, that's good. Amazing, Gabriel. Your story is very interesting. I like it so much. So my next question is this: what were your primary responsibilities at NASA?
So I was a civil structural type of engineer. Civil structural engineer deals with roads and bridges, the infrastructure of the just it's the same. It doesn't matter whether it's NASA or it's in Karachi or in Pakistan. It's like being a nurse. If you're a nurse, you do the same thing everywhere. It doesn't matter. Same thing with an engineering field, civil structural. But it's where you do it and that makes it so exciting. You know, doing it in Karachi or doing it in Pakistan, you don't have ships going to different planets. You don't have all this magical environment around you. There's no place like it to me in the world, other than another space center, probably. But for me, I just love the magic of the space program of every building, everywhere you look, there's pictures of stars, there's pictures of the universe. Your mind is always going, for me, to these magical places. And then you see a ship put together, goes to a launch pad, it goes to these magical places. So your imagination becomes reality. I think it's just so much fun to be us, even a small part of it. It doesn't matter. You're still there when the ships go together. You're still there when they launch. You still see the astronauts. It's a great, great opportunity for anyone, to me, to really be in a special environment. It's not what you do, it's where you do it that makes it really special.
Okay, that's great, Gabe. So my next question is this: what was the most exciting project you work on NASA?
Well, for me, there's really nothing you think when everybody's at NASA, you're doing something really elaborate, you're doing something really magical. It's really it's a job like any job you have anywhere else, but what goes on around you, I didn't get to build the ships. I didn't get to go to space, so I wasn't directly involved with the launching of the ships. I loved watching the launches. I loved watching the things being put together. I would have loved to have been part of that aspect of it, but that isn't where my background was. It was more of an engineering support for that. So I think it's just a magical environment. Every day to me, every minute of every day was exciting. Even now, I go out there now. I'm no longer employed out there, but I go out there now and I support launches and support people coming from other countries. It's still a magical environment. I just love being in it. There's very, very special for me.
Okay, that's great, Gabe. So nice. So my next question is: can you share a memory movement from your NASA career?
Yeah, well, every day is a new memory for me. Every day is exciting for me. But for me, it's always about the launches. And we call it a launch because it's actually, for me, I was there during a shuttle, space shuttle. Space shuttle looks like a plane. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It looks like a plane, but it's really a rocket ship. It goes up like a rocket ship, but comes back down like a plane. And the launches were amazing. The launches, we were launching maybe every 2 or 3 months. And each time it's just there's nothing like it in the world. These things are so powerful and they have so much lift trying to get off the earth. They shake the earth when you take off, and it's just a magical environment. So whenever anybody asks me to pick one thing, I could pick hundreds, but if I have to pick only one, it would be seeing the launches. They are amazing.
Okay, that's amazing, Gabe Gabriel. So my next question is: what surprised you best about NASA culture?
Yeah, very interesting question. I don't know if there's anything. I just the environment. You think you're going to NASA and you're going to the place. It's like you're going to Pakistan or going to India or you're going to a place. It's NASA. But when you get there, for me, seeing all these large buildings, seeing the ships being put together, seeing the space hardware come to the space center, I think just the environment that you're in is fascinating for me. And I think I wasn't prepared to be as much in awe of what I was. I thought it would be fun to see, and I thought it would be fun to do, but I didn't think the reality of it was even better than the thought of it for me.
Okay, nice. That's amazing. So my next question is, what qualities make someone success at NASA?
Um, I think it doesn't matter whether you're at NASA, you're at Pakistan, you're Rayhan School, wherever you are, the same qualities apply. You always want to do your best. Remember, do your best. You want to enjoy what you do. You want to believe in yourself. These qualities are so important no matter what you do. One of the biggest challenges in life, and you will learn as you get older, getting along with people. You know, everybody is into AI, but getting along with people is critical. We have to learn to get along together. Very few people do that well. So you want to learn to get along, always respect and be kind to others. To me, this is important. Take the time to look through their eyes. Why do they think the way they do? Why do they do certain things a certain way? You don't have to support it. You don't even have to be in favor of it, but you have to accept it as their way. Once you do that, then you can incorporate their way into yours. Try to form a team. Everything in life is about coming together, just like this interview. We're a team. You can't do it without me. I can't do it without you. And actually, to me, you are more important than me. You're leading the questions. You're asking where I answer. So, but to me, everything is about helping each other, being respectful of each other. It doesn't whether it's at NASA or McDonald's. In all of my different jobs, I always appreciate it and try to treat everyone with kindness and with respect.
Okay, that's great, amazing. Gabe, so my next question is, what were the biggest engineering challenge you faced?
My job is really interesting because as a civil structural type of engineer, normally you would be assigned to a team. There are many different types of engineers, and they're called disciplines based on what you do. There's electrical, mechanical, civil, structural. There's all kinds of different design engineers. And what you do, each design engineer has a expertise, electrical, mechanical, civil, structural. You come together as a team, and then you get a requirement. You get a requirement. Okay, we have a building. It needs 100 people need to go in. This is what they need to do. This is what the equipment they have. So you have to come together and design this building. How much electrical it's going to need, how much mechanical, air conditioning, lighting, all these kinds of things you have to do. How strong does the structure have to be? How big are the rooms? You have to come together and design this building for people to live in, to work in. My job was a little different. I was what was called a facility programmer, where I looked at problems in different areas, try to figure out how do you solve this problem, how much does it cost, and try to get the money to do that. One of the things I was responsible for was bridges. Florida is a peninsula, which means it's surrounded by water on three sides. So there's a lot of rivers and a lot of lakes. And so for roads or bridges for trains, they have to go over a lot of different waterways. So they have this big flight hardware that comes to the Space Center on a truck or a train, has to go over a bridge. Most of the bridges I would call expansion bridges, which means they open and close to allow ships to go through them. Many of them are very old, so they're low, so they have to open to allow the ships to go through. If the bridge isn't working, let's say it can't go up or can't go down, they can't get the flight hardware to the Space Center. So I might go into work one day and, hey, Gabe, this bridge isn't working. Go figure out what is wrong with it. So I go to the bridge, talk to the bridge tender, the operator, sit down. Why isn't this working? How much does it cost? And try to put it in a budget to get funded. It was very different. Every day was unique. One day I was looking at air conditioning systems, and they said, "Hey, this air conditioning system isn't working." I went to look at what is it feeding? What is it working for? And it was a little glass cube. It was like 7 meters by 7 meters by 7 meters. And I'm looking inside this thing, and these little cars are running around on the bottom of it. And so, what is this? It's a Mars simulation room. We're trying to develop cars that can drive in the soil of Mars. So that doesn't happen anything else in the world. So it was really just kind of fun. And the environment is always something new, always something different. So I look at it as just each day was a new learning experience, a new fun experience for me.
Okay, Gabe, that's great, amazing. So my next question is this: please tell me that what did working at NASA teach you about teamwork?
Yeah, I think it opened up my mind more. You know, before I was involved with NASA, everything was kind of like imagination. You know, it wasn't real. You talk about the planets, you talk about the solar system. I mean, to me, all that stuff, I know it exists, but I can't see it, I can't touch it, so it's not real. When being at NASA made it more real because you're surrounded by this environment where everything is done thinking about finding life on another planet, exploring the solar system, exploring the universe. All of a sudden you're in an environment where it's real, it's happening around you. And I think that was the most magical thing for me was, wow, I'm in this world where I never thought I would be, and it's just so much fun to try to learn from it.
Okay, that's great, Gabe Cavalry. So my next question is this: what is space exploration important?
Well, you learn so much, people always say, well, you waste your money going to space. You could take that money, you could do so many better things with it. We could feed the poor, we could do so many things. You're wasting all this money going to space. But there's a lot of things learned in going to space that helps us on Earth. Space on the space station, it's a sterile environment. There's no germs, there's no bacteria. They do a lot of medical experiments in space that we can't do on Earth. And a lot of things that are developed in the space program are used to help us on Earth. And they're called a spin-off. Spin-off is something that, like all of our cell phones, all of our computers, mostly all of the electronics that we have, were developed in support of the space program some way and then converted to daily use for people on Earth. So they have a saying called off the Earth for the Earth, which basically means the things we learn off the Earth help us on the Earth. So it's important to me that we understand going to space helps us on Earth, helps us have a better life on Earth, helps us protect our planet better because we learn so much in doing it.
Okay, that's great, nice, Gabe Cavalry. So my next question is this: please tell me that how do engineering and national security interested?
Say that again. I didn't quite understand, please.
Okay, my question is that what was the most rewarding aspect of your role?
And every day is the most rewarding. Right now, the most rewarding thing for me is doing this with you. This is the most important thing for me. I try to focus only what I'm doing as I'm doing it, and I always make it the most important thing and the most fun thing to do. If I'm doing this interview with you, and when I'm leaving here, I'm going to swim training. If my mind is thinking, well, I'm going to swim training, I don't focus on enjoying what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So whatever I do as I do it, it is the most fun thing for me, the most important thing for me. So it doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter where it goes. When I'm in Pakistan, I love being in Pakistan. I don't think about anything else. When I'm in America, I enjoy being in America. When I'm at the gym, I enjoy the gym. Everything I do, as I do it, I make it my most favorite thing. So I'm always doing my most favorite thing. I'm always having fun. I'm never somewhere wishing I was somewhere else. I'm never doing something thinking I'd like to be doing something else. I want you to try to understand you can learn to do the same. You just have to learn to think about things differently. Learn to do the same thing the same way. Learn to think about it differently. Never think about work. Never think about hard work. Think about a challenge, an opportunity, a journey, something exciting, something fun. Do the same thing. Think about it differently. Never have stress. Never have pressure. Develop that belief in yourself. Enjoy everything you do. It's so important. And this is what I try to do with everything. It doesn't matter what I do, it doesn't matter where I am.
Okay, thank you, Gabe. So, Gabe, please give me any message for viewers.
Yeah, so my message is, first of all, thank you for the interview. You're awesome. I love your smile. When I see your smile, it just lights up the whole room. It really, really got a nice smile. So my advice is always the same. Those three things. Do your best, enjoy what you do, believe in yourself. Learn those three things. You will have a life. You'll never work. Nothing will ever be hard. You'll never have stress. You'll never have pressure. You can have a lot of fun and have success doing it. And when I come to Rayhan School, I really enjoy the time at the Rayhan School, and hopefully I'll be back in October sometime, and maybe I'll get to meet you and many other students as well. So that's my advice. Just those three things: do your best, show what you do, believe in yourself.
Okay, thank you, Gabe. Gabriel, you give me your very precious time and come to my show, The Talk Room. Thank you again. So, this was our interview with Gabe Gabriel. I hope you liked it. We'll meet the next interview. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Take care of Gabe Gabriel, yourself. Pakistan Zindabad. Rehan School Zindabad. Allah Hafiz. Take care.